Real talk.
What's up, everybody? All one of you right now. Now I'm just playing. What's
Just the
good,
one?
Dustin? It's Feel Good Fridays. You know, everybody starts picking up around 4 o'clock, feeling good. What's good, man?
Not much, man. Just getting in. I know we picked up around 4 last time, so I figured we'd start around 4 this time. So maybe
Yeah.
bring in the crowd a little bit.
We got Leo in the chat. What's up, Leo? What's up? What's up? The first one in the chat. And I want the chat to get active today because we have something going on, which we'll announce a little bit later on in the pod as things get going. But I'm excited because right now you've got divisional weekend. And the Raiders are nowhere near divisional weekend.
Nowhere
but
near it.
the Raiders have a rival in divisional weekend. And it's a great matchup of last year. The Bengals versus the Chiefs. Everybody knows the Raiders lost to the Bengals in wild card round last year on a very controversial no call on the or no whistle. Was it a touchdown? Was it not a touchdown?
Whistles.
Yeah, Derek Carr's late, last second interception. People pulling out their little all 22 saying, "Oh, he could have done this, he could have." And it's funny because obviously, like, hindsight is 2020. We can all say, you know what, should have thrown to Waller, should have thrown to Renfro. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But we got a matchup here. You have the Cincinnati Bengals, who have just dominated the Chiefs over the past couple of years. They've beat them 3 times. Can they make it 4?
Burrow's been looking tough. Like from his inception, he's looked tough. And I think he could potentially throw him off. He's got a solid team around him, Jamar Chase. He's just they're running wild. It's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, I think that the matchup is very good. I think the matchup as well. You're going to see there's a lot of bulletin board material back and forth. Eli Apple is not great on the football field. He is an excellent troll.
Oh, dude, he's on his villain arc.
I mean, he's been on his villain arc since his mom was tweeting for him in New York. He's basically taken over her role. But he just, look, if he played as well as he tweeted, he would be an all-pro. He would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. The guy is an absolute troll. He's great at what he does on Twitter, but he's not great at what he does on the field. But he's played in the divisional game again. The question is, my biggest question is going to be, there's two people that the Bengals need to stop. And that's one, Pat Mahomes, who's going to be running around on a hobbled ankle, and you're not going to be able to tell that he's on a hobbled ankle because he still does Mahomes magic. And number 2 is Travis Kelce. Now, Kelce has this weird way of getting open when they're inside the 20. I don't know how he does it, but if he could teach the Raiders, tight ends how to do that, it would be great. When they do TEU, just
pick his brain, man. Pick his brain.
Hey, show me how to do this. Show me how to do that.
Get that little double move shimmy,
But so those are 2 guys that I say need to stop. I'm not going to talk about guys that need to be stopped on the Bengals because I don't want the Bengals to get stopped.
Nope.
I want to see the Bengals go back to the Super Bowl. Not because I like the Bengals, but because I hate the Chiefs.
My hate for the Chiefs is more than my love for the Bengals. So
yeah, I like Joe Burrow. I want to see Joe Burrow smoking a cigar after the game.
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Burrow. Like that dude is the swaggiest white boy out there. I'll tell you that right now. Next to Max Crosby.
It's because Jamar Chase dresses him. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Jamar Chase picks out all my outfits and
Imagine if Devontae did that for Derek this past season.
Now, see, he maybe would have played a little bit better. You just look good, you feel good.
Derek come out, drippy Derek. Imagine if Tom Brady comes to the Raiders and Devontae starts dressing Tom, and Tom starts coming with the like Tom
Just
turns
swagged
into
out.
Tom turns into Kirk Cousins. Just Max gets him a big old chain for Christmas
with a big old 12. Just an iced out 12 around the neck.
Shit. Oh man! And so going to this NFC game, you got the Niners and the Eagles. Now I got to say this kind of quietly because I got some Niner fans in the house, but I hope the Eagles take this one. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And I think they're gonna.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be Philly all day.
I saw on Bleacher Report that Niner fans went into Philadelphia, went to the Rocky statue, and put a Niner shirt on Rocky. I can tell you this as an honorary Philadelphian because I went to school there. That ain't gonna fly in Philadelphia.
That's worse than gathering on the logo.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly. I'm gonna tell you what. Oakland is crazy. San Francisco is crazy.
Worse.
Philly is nuts. I was talking to my boy about this. East Coast, Midwest, down south, they're crazy. Trumps are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just don't mess with Philly boys. One of my fraternity brothers was walking out of our frat house. We live in Philly, North Philly, in the hood, and he got stabbed 21 times. He lived. Got stabbed 21 times. Didn't say nothing to nobody. Didn't look at nobody sideways. Was just wrong place,
stuck.
wrong time. Crackhead came up, stuck him.
That's not a sticking, dude. 21 times. That's a crime of passion at that point.
Bro, he said, 21, can you do something for me? 21 times. And he lived. And he lived. And he ended up coming back and partying like a couple weeks later. Like, dude is a savage.
That's some like prison shanking stuff. Like, yeah. I mean, that's the only time you see that many stabs. Like,
seriously. That's like it's like that movie. I can't remember. Law Abiding Citizen. Remember Law Abiding Citizen where he orders a T-bone steak and he shanks him with the T-bone steak?
Oh my god, that was so good. That
Such a great movie.
Shit for a long time.
But I do think this is going to be a good game. You've got Brock Purdy who's playing out of his mind right now. I mean, best rookie season out of anybody. I mean, do we say that? I mean, rookie
at least recent memory.
Most Mr. Irrelevant, last pick of the draft. You come in, you take over, you just dominate games. And not only is he just dominating games, but he's managing them too. You know, last week he didn't have any turnovers. He didn't make any big mistakes. You know, it wasn't a great game. I mean, you know, they went back and forth. The Cowboys are not good. Their defense was good, and they showed up. But the Niners showed up on top.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I think Dallas lost that game more than the Niners won that game.
Dallas lost that game. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott lost that game.
How does Mike McCarthy still have a job, though, is my question. And Kellen Moore, for that matter. Can we just talk about the crater that Zeke left on the star?
That
dude got ran over.
What was that play?
I think what they were trying to do is I think they were trying to get a throw out.
Yeah,
and then lateral back to Zeke.
They were trying to play 7-on-7 against the number one defense in the league.
I mean, did you see they had two linemen to the right, two linemen to the left? Zeke snapping the ball. So I think what they were trying to do is I think they were trying to hit that in cut that they hit,
right,
and lateral back to Zeke. But Zeke was flat on his back, and Fred Warner was coming like a freight train.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw coming at you, you ain't gonna do much. I mean, that's the second coming of NaVorro Bowman and Pat Willis.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
those dudes, they're some bad boys. You know what I'm saying?
Fred Warner's a freaking missile, dude. A missile.
He is. I like watching him. I like watching him play. He's a beast. You know, but seeing these guys come out there, you know, the Niners, they're a good squad. They've got a good squad. You got Brock Purdy, who's playing some good ball. Deebo Samuel, who's playing some good ball. Kittle, who's just ridiculous. I mean, he had that one catch.
Kittle's out straight out the asylum, dude.
I made a post.
Crazy looks in his eye.
I made a post. I said, what would Kittle do? What would Kittle's job be if he wasn't a professional football player. I got everything from heel in WWE to strips copper out of buildings for meth.
I could see him as a WWE heel, like Edge.
Yo, yeah, he would definitely. I could definitely see him doing that
He
post
would fill
football
that
career.
he would fill that boot like no problem.
Oh yeah, I would pay to see that. I think Kittle is a great he's a great character. He's somebody you need in the league. And then that defense, yeah, I mean you got CMC out there, you got Nick Bosa. Those dudes, they got some ballers on that squad. So looking at the Eagles, they're no slouch either. You know, Jalen Hurts is playing some great football right now. You've got, you know, I mean, sorry, Caden's over here talking in my ear. I can't focus, but you know, this Eagle squad, there's some dogs out there, and they're playing some great football, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon.
No, and you definitely can't discount the presence of Fletcher Cox either. I know we had talked about it the other day. I think I put up on my story. I think it was Spotrack's 10 top DTs in free agency, and Fletcher Cox was right up there at the top. Like you said, if he doesn't retire, Philly's bringing him back.
Yeah,
and
I think if Philly goes on to the Super Bowl, and I said this to you in our chat, I think if Philly wins the Super Bowl, Fletcher Cox retires.
Yeah, I think he would retire on a ring. I mean, I could.
I also think that Jason Kelce might retire.
Huh?
I can see. I mean, you go out on top. You know, you see Aaron Donald last year who contemplated retiring, and
he was flirting with it pretty heavy.
Yeah, and Aaron Donald, he could play probably another 5-10 years if he wanted to. But I mean, you think about it, when you have that kind of career, when you have those kind of accolades, if Aaron Donald were to retire today, he's a first ballot.
Yeah, first ballot.
No question. You know, the time spent in the league, it's not a question because it's what he's done.
Yeah, it's all the things that he has on the resume. I mean, it's a really, really good example of what a perfect defensive lineman would be.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get better than that.
No.
You don't get better than that. But so then you look at Fletcher Cox, 2 Super Bowls, you know, multiple Pro Bowls. I would say he retires. I would say Jason Kelce, 2 Super Bowls, multiple Pro Bowls, best center in the league. Go out on top. Yeah. Or you try to run it back. And you see what happens when you try to run it back sometimes.
Yeah, you try to run it back. Sorry, here, 1 second. So I just have my computer come unplugged.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, when you try to run it back. Well,
yeah,
charges always go out.
Well, yeah.
Oh!
Chargers don't make it to run it back. So, but yeah, I mean, well, you look at Brady, right? I mean, perfect example of trying to run it back. I mean, he made it back to the playoffs, but he got bounced. If he was going to retire, he could have went out last year on top, you know. But I mean, if he's going to come and try and run it, if he's going to try and run it out with the silver and black on his shoulders, and you caught some heat for that one.
Oh, I got some heat, bro. You're not a real Raider fan. You must be new. Yeah, I'm new. Sorry, I'm new here. First time caller, long time listener.
Long time listener, first time caller.
This is my first rodeo. People, look, you gotta do
just got a notification from the Raider app. New club suites coming in 2023.
Jeez,
to
more
put
money.
Yeah. Expansion of our premium suite offerings with construction beginning in February. They'll be available for use ahead of the 23-24 season.
Wow.
Yeah. Deposits will be accepted beginning February 1st, people. So get your paychecks ready.
Yeah. Speaking of the Raiders followed me on
I saw that. Twitter that took no time at all.
That was pretty awesome.
Was quick.
I was excited about that. They still haven't followed me on TikTok, but they're not active on TikTok. Not as active as me. No. But it's okay. So now I got to really watch what I say. My piece of cues. Yeah, like I posted it and then it went bink, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go. Shout out my guy Mark Preston.
I know, man.
Pull some strings over there.
I was just saying, I know me and Simone are looking at it going, man, we should do something like that. Like, we need to get on that.
You can't everybody do it at once. Like, do it next season.
Yeah, I know it.
Gotta
I know
wait.
it. I was like, I'm gonna, you know
Gotta
what?
space it
Kenny
out.
did it. I'm gonna hold
Because
off.
then they're gonna be like, look what you did now. Look what you
Yeah,
did now.
yeah.
I ain't trying to bring all that, just trying
No, no heat,
to
no
bring all
fire,
that
no heat.
heat. You know what I'm saying? Just I like to keep it lukewarm. Let it sizzle a bit.
Let it simmer. Let it simmer.
But so yeah, we got that. So let's go into our Super Bowl picks. I'm gonna say I think this game is gonna be closer than a lot of people are expecting. I'm gonna say Philly over the Niners, and I'm gonna say Cincy over the Chiefs. Now, my Cincy over the Chiefs is a little bit more of my hatred towards the Chiefs, so I can't pick the Chiefs. And the Philly over the Niners, I just think that Philly's the better squad. Just on paper, Niners have a ridiculous defense, but they do get beat in those deep passes, and I think that's where Philly's gonna get him is Devontae Smith and those big passes. So, I'm going to say Philly over the Niners. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I think that this is going to be. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a fight. But I do pick Philly to come out on top. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about it as you're talking, and I'm going, man, I wish I would have went first because now it just sounds like I'm going to say what you're saying. But I think I do like Philly over the Niners. Like you said, it's going to be close. But if you look at what our squad did against them, 500 total yards. There's no reason Philly can't match that.
Yeah.
With their weapons and everything, with Jalen Hurts being back from being injured and everything, I think he's going to be just fine. Philly's defense, I think, might give Purdy some issues. I think it'll be close, like you said, but I'm going to go with Philly over the Niners, and then I'm going to go with the Bengals over Kansas City. Not just because of the hatred for the Chiefs, but I think I was watching a little bit of their practice that they've released and stuff like that, and Mahomes doesn't look quite right. I mean, yeah, he did a little spin, but I was also watching another podcast. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about getting those, getting the cortisol shots and all that stuff in that ankle and everything. He goes, and basically it leaves your foot a brick. Like you can't really feel it. It's just kind of there. So you're not going to see a lot of the stop on a dime, cuts or anything like that. So I think that's going to work to Cincinnati's advantage. And I think Burrow's they're
going to force him to stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. You force him to stay in the pocket. You limit his ability to get outside because that's where he's dangerous. When he's in the pocket, he's not as dangerous. We've seen it. When the Raiders were able to contain him in the pocket, he wasn't as dangerous. It's when he gets outside the pocket and he has the ability to make plays with his legs. He has the ability to make some of those throws. Yeah. That's where he gets crazy. Okay, so we got Eagles, Bengals. We'll see how that plays out. We'll talk about that next week. Speaking of next week, it goes into the Pro Bowl. So I'm sorry, next week is Pro Bowl weekend. We are doing a giveaway, and this is where I want the chat to get active. This is where I want the comment section to get active. This is where I want everybody to get active because we are doing a giveaway. You got the Celebrity All-Star Game basketball. You posted a great video of Max just dunking on him. But Max is going to be playing. We are giving away 2 tickets to the Celebrity All-Star Game. All you got to do, subscribe to me and Dustin's YouTubes. So go on YouTube, follow the Raider Way, follow Kenny King Jr. If you're not following me, I don't know why you are. And if you're not following Dustin, what the hell are you doing? Follow us on Instagram. Follow Mike Dixon. All the information I'll put it in the chat. I'll drop it all in the comments, everything. And then go to the Instagram page and comment and tag somebody so you can run it up. We're gonna be choosing somebody at random. Yeah, we're gonna be choosing somebody at random, and we'll pick the winner next Wednesday. That way, it gives you a couple days to get ready for the game. The game is Saturday, February 4th. That is the All-Star Game featuring your own Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders.
And let me just say, that dude can get up. When they call him the Condor, it's not just because of his wingspan. That dude's got hops.
Oh, yeah, he can fly.
Straight dummy. Like, he's got some hops. So all the things I saw him doing on Instagram and everything like that, the dude is ready to ball. and everybody knows it. So it's going to be a really entertaining game. And if you can get in there for free, hell, man, I mean, that's even better.
Absolutely. Look, I'm going to cut this podcast short today because I got 2 kids that are itching to get outside. Caden is sitting here dropping things left and right, trying to get my attention. Layla's sitting here rolling her eyes at me, giving me this preteen energy that I don't need right now. So I'm gonna get these kids outside. Everybody tap in, make sure you follow, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell button so you know when we're going live, and let's get it.
Yep.